Hey everyone. So I decided to do a quick, video on how to make a hand sewn face mask. So it's a pretty simple, but it just takes a little work, you know, not having a sewing machine. So in these times, face masks are important to wear. It adds an extra protection to our face, our nose, our mouth. So this is in no way, um, and this in no ways replaces the N95 mask. Um, so what we have here, what I like to do is cut my pieces. So this is a 6 by 10 size piece of cloth. Double it. So 6 by 10 on both sides. It's the cloth that I have here. You may have to make do with what you have home already. Like I already have these clips here. These are like clips, like hair clips. You can use those, to so when you put it all together, you can attach your elastic. You'll clip it like that. So those will come in handy. So also I layer the insides that have fusible interfacing. I use that as well. So you cut a piece of this off to match the size of your face mask, and then you take the textured side of the interface and you put the texture side down, like this goes on the inside, so it goes down. The texture side down, then you iron, and it sticks to the fabric. So this is a good, extra piece of fabric inside. Then I also cut felt as well, and I add another layer of felt inside, which gives it, another layer of protection. So here we go. Make sure you have your scissors, make sure you have your thread, needle, things like that. And it's really simple. So what I like to do, start with the fabric this way. And make sure I fold this so you have a crease. And I fold it that way. What I like to do is make sure, see if I have enough. So I like to cut my elastic, strips 7 inches. So make sure this is 7. This is 7 inches. And make sure this other one is 7. This is 7 inches. Oh, just made it. 7 inches. All right, so I'll put those on the side. So again, we come back to the clips. So what I like to do is I start at the edge, and I clip the end of my elastic. Make sure you leave enough space, so you have enough pull on it. Make sure it stays, the same flat way when you put it down. So it's gonna go. I like to leave enough space on the edge so when I fold it and sew it, there'll still be like a little barrier here. It adds, protection on the lower side of your face, So this little space right here adds that extra protection on the bottom of the bottom of your face. So let me clip this. So actually this is raw in the process face mask. I haven't pre-prepared any needle thread or anything, so you're getting the full treatment here. So this side I'm gonna do this side as well. So you want to make sure you clip your elastic in the inside, so when you sew it and you fold it inside out, your elastic will be on the right side. We'll do the same thing here. Make sure it's equal length. Like I said, you still want to keep that extra length here on the bottom to make sure there's enough space, you know, to protect your lower part of your face. Make sure they're the same length, distance apart. With you clip that like that. All right, so now let's get the threading part. So thread has been hard to come by. Anything these days in the stores, you know, it's all sold out. So here's the thread. Thread the needle. You know, this process, you know, it shouldn't take long, but I like to make sure, you know, it's a finished product of quality. So that's why it may take me a little longer than others. So, you know, I knot the thread, you know, many times to get that nice size knot, so that the needle won't you know, be able to pull through, or it won't be able to pull through the needle hole. I also want to make sure the end is long enough, so if I have to tie it, you know, at the end or something like that. That should be fine. All right, so I start the sewing process. So I fold it down, you know, this is inside out right now. So I'm gonna take one of the pins off, and I'm gonna start with, I'm gonna use another pin and make sure it stays together while I'm sewing. So, took the needle. So I'm doing the first end. Oops. Make sure you keep the needle steady in your hand. So we're sewing the elastic, you know, keeping it stable. So I do this about 5 times, just to make sure, you know, the elastic won't go anywhere when you're pulling it. So just put lotion on my hands, it's a little slippery. All right, so then I go ahead and start the sewing process to get the edge together. So I just sew, you know, like your regular sews, you know, nothing fancy. You won't be able to see the thread anyway once you fold it inside out. So I just go down the line, keeping like maybe like a ½ an inch, you know, just separation. to show you that anybody can do this. It's really easy. You know. Take your time, have fun with it, you know. It's a nice project to do at home with your kids. And I'm going to sew down till I get to the other end of the elastic. I'm going to take the clip off so I can sew the other part of the elastic, which is here. I'm going to sew, make sure I hit the elastic. So I'm going to do this 5 times through the elastic to make sure it's stable and make sure you can't pull it. Shouldn't have put lotion on before I did this. my fingers are so slippery right now. Don't put lotion on before you sew, okay? Do one more time. Alright, so now I'm going to finish the sewing process for the edge. Do one more time just to make sure it's all right. Now I go to the edge, sewing again. Oops. Be careful, you know, this thread can just gets around everything. So this is all off the cuff now. So this is a live video. So you're gonna get all the mishaps and things like that. So I'm gonna take it a little bit to the edge so I can get a larger corner. It should be fine. All right, then we're gonna do the bottom half. We're gonna sew the bottom half together. This is like I said, it's an easy project. Just, you know, take your time, have some fun. You don't have to take it too seriously, you know. I love this fire print fabric. you're all doing well. And while you're practicing social distancing, staying at home, staying safe. Thank you to all the healthcare workers out there as well. Thanks for all you're doing. Thanks for your compassion, your care, concern. Time. If I had a sewing machine, I would be, producing multiple masks, and I could, donate them. Right now it's kind of hard. All right, so now we're about to go up the other side. I'm going to go up to the other end of the elastic. Until you get to the elastic. Looks like I'm here. Should cut this. All right, looks like I'm here, and I'm gonna, like I said, do about 5 times through the elastic. I'm gonna hold it. Just likes to get away from you. That we're gonna go through. Make sure we do it one more time, just to make sure it stays. All right, so this is the part where I flatten it. This is the part where I will add the interfacing. So make sure I cut, enough that's gonna fit on the inside. Make sure you don't cut your thread. So I just usually cut, enough that's gonna fit on the inside. Make sure it's flat, it covers most where it's going to protect your face. Make sure the texture side is down. This is textured. Make sure it's down facing the fabric. The softer side is on the top. So when you iron it, it can mesh to the fabric. Now make sure you go prepare your iron. Make sure it's hot. So while that's getting hot, we're going to do that. And remember, we have to, once we iron the interfacing down, we're going to flip it inside out, and we're going to add the felt inside. So I'll go ahead and cut that now while I'm waiting for the iron to warm up. So we're gonna cut the felt, you know. Like I said, I'm just doing this off the cuff. So you just want the felt to, you know, make sure it matches the inside, the size of the. So I'm just gonna do a simple cut. Make sure you cut it nice and straight. This is gonna go inside once it's done. Add that extra layer of protection. Check the iron. Just extra, just cutting the extra, you know, pieces of fabric off. Just a few more seconds. Should have had it warmed up already. Yep. It's almost there. All right, so I'll be right back. Alright, so I ironed that really good and it's stuck. It's meshed to the fabric. Alright, so now we're going to turn this inside out. Remove the clip that was holding it. So, turn it inside out. As you can see, the elastic that we sewed from the inside, you know, flip it out, it's there. What I also like to do is take the, you know, end of a ruler or something that's flat, you know, you can stick it inside to flat, push those corners out. Alright, so now we're going to go ahead and twist the felt so we can go ahead and add it in. Make sure you go ahead and get it inside, and we're going to flatten it. This is always the fun part. Get it inside. it's flat inside. Now we're going to go ahead and finish sewing. Make sure we fold, you know, the insides in, the end. Alright, so that looks good. We're going to fold it. I'm going to clip the end so it stays, you know, together until I get to the end. So now we're going to finish sewing. So I'm going to just go ahead and do a quick loop. We're going to do one more clip to keep it together. You know, we're outside, so you want to make sure you keep a neat straight line as you sew. All right, getting to the end. Make sure I stick my other end, you know, of the elastic, same side. Make sure it's flat. Same side, make sure sticking into the end, like that. Trying to make sure that, you know, the widths match of the elastics. Okay, should be fine. All right, then we're just gonna continue to sew until we sealed it all together. We're gonna sew the elastic, you know. I'm gonna say do this about 5 times. So, looks like it should be stable. Next, we're going to cut the thread and, you know, tie this knot to end this. Once again, please don't put lotion on your fingers if you're going to be sewing, because it makes it a little difficult to tie knots and things. Alright, so that should be enough. Next, we're going to do another thread because we have to make the pleats. Alright, so I have to re-thread the needle. See, it's a lot of work if without a sewing machine, so I wanted to show you, a way to do it if you don't have a sewing machine. If you do, you might want to, hand sew. So this is a way. There's many, easier options, you could do. But this is just, when you're working with what you got, you make best what you can. I like to make sure I have a nice knot to make sure it doesn't go through the needle hole. Alright, that should be fine. So now we're going to start the pleats. So this is going to be the back. So this is going to be the front. Alright, this is the front. Alright. So how I like to start the pleats is always, fold up. Fold up a little bit. I may do it like 3 times just to get it over with, so at the same time. So I'll fold it like maybe 3 folds up, like that. So now I'm going to take my needle and go through all 3 pleats. Come back around, go through all the 3. I like to make sure I get all of them, make sure it's no issues with them coming loose. just about 8 times. You know, make sure I get all 3, you know, pleats stabilized so they won't be coming loose. Alright, so then I'm gonna sew back up so I can, you know, I'm gonna tie this the end to make sure the knot doesn't come out. Alright, back up to the elastic. Now I'm going to cut the thread. And I'm going to tie the previous ending that we made so we can have a tighter knot. Should work. I'm gonna cut the edges off of the excess thread we don't need. Alright, this is how that looks. This is how the, you know, pleat looks once you finish sewing it. So, alright, so now I'm gonna go to the other side. Make sure I tie the end of the thread. Wow, my knots. This should be enough. Alright, so once again, I'm going to make my 3 pleats, starting go upwards. So I make my 3 pleats. Alright, so now start threading through all 3 pleats. Come back and go back through. Ooh, I should have put this lotion on my hands. You know, I didn't want my hands to at least be presentable. Didn't want to have ashy hands while sewing, but now we know. I'm just still going to do this about 8 times. You know, make sure this stays stable. Sometimes make sure you watch out for the thread because it might, you know, knot up like it just did. So try not to pull it too tight either way. Try to loosen it up. Right now we don't need it. Threading up on us. I mean, tightening up. There we go. Oops. So the knots out. Do it one more time. That should be good. All right. So we're gonna actually finish it off. We're gonna tie it. You gotta take your scissors to make sure you get through that knot. All right, so I'm gonna cut the excess thread off. So there you have it. You have your reusable, washable face mask. Hand sewn. You have your pleats. You have your lower part that protects the, you know, lower bottom part of your face. Your pleats, the lower half that protects your bottom of your face when you put it on. You know, your elastic for your ears. And it's an oversized, so once you put your face in it, it protects your nose, your mouth, the lower half of your face. Remember, you have the inside, it's filled with felt and fabric interfacing, so it adds that extra, you know, protection from germs and things like that. So it's a quick do-it-yourself, you know, mask, stylish, you know. So next thing you know, I take my lint brush, make sure I get all the dust, lint off of it. All right, then the next thing I do, I always spray some Lysol on it. Yep, some germs off of it. So, yep, there you go. There you have it. So I hope you enjoyed my video. Hope it helped you out. You know, like I said, while you're home doing social distancing, this will definitely be a cool project to do with your family, you know. It's easy, you just need needle, thread, felt, fabric, elastic, or if you don't have elastic, you know, you can use some type of string, ribbon, whatever you have at home. Use hair clips, thread, needle, felt, cardboard, whatever you have, you know, just to make it work. But, and I appreciate you tuning in. So here you go, here you have it.